Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome to another Monday movie talk. I think it's episode 17 this week, I think. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Kenny. How the hell are you, Kenny?
Good, everybody. How is everybody?
Hope everyone's well, yeah. It's just me and Kenny at the moment tonight. We may have someone drop by later on, but we'll see how we get on, see how the comments are and how we get on through
It,
some things.
basically, it's going to be like the Dean Martin show. We don't know who's going to walk through the door. So it's like
Yeah,
when the bell rings, Ollie will let them in.
yeah, exactly. But if there's anyone that I trust that is this watching that wants to join, let me know, and either me or Kenny will send you the link.
Yes.
Because we're not going to put it in the chat because I've made that mistake before, and you do get. I think Pete Playtendo made that mistake before, and he got a random dinosaur person on there.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're not going to do that. We've already got comments, so we'll look at some of these comments. Alan has stopped by quickly. Hello, Alan. Thanks for stopping by. Just wanted to wish you well for tonight, guys. Recuperating at home, a few weeks off with illness, but watching tonight will be a nice tonic. Well, thank you very much, Alan. And yeah, you did message me. I just hope you feel better soon because being ill, whatever the illness is, sucks. So
Yes.
Kenny can relate to that
I can
recently.
totally relate to that. Yeah. Had a bad morning today. So, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Alan. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But Alan's got us straight off the back with what is it was supposed to be the main topic, but we had guests drop out sort of towards the end, not like unforeseeable circumstances couldn't be helped. So because of that, it's I'm just going to throw a few in. So if you guys in the comments want to get some of your favorite trailers and why you like them so much, that'd be great. Just so we've got a bit more to go off of. Alan's already kicked it off with a great one. He said his favorite trailer of all time is Avengers: Infinity War. Knew watching it that the bar had been raised to a high level, and it was. Yeah,
Fair
I
point.
agree with you there. 100% agree. Unlike Doomsday, what they had with that is they had so much build up introducing these characters not over one film but over multiple films and then get bringing them together for this big story that worked. And you could tell from that first trailer, like you get like glimpses of how big that film is. Like you think like the first Avengers, but it's a lot bigger than that. Like they go a lot further. And yes, there's trailers, and it's just so epic with the music in the background as well. And obviously, you've got that iconic shot that I don't actually think is properly in the film of obviously Captain America and Hulk and someone else. I can't remember. I've not seen it for a while. Running in Wakanda. I think the reason that I don't think the Hulk, because I think the Hulk's not actually in. You don't see that because he's in the Hulk Buster thing, if I remember rightly, in that whole battle scene. So, but yeah, it's a great trailer. What do you think on that one, Kenny?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it made you want to go see that like the next day, like maybe even
Yeah,
5 minutes from now.
yeah,
It was like that was like a can't miss. Another one that I bring up to you, and this was back in my time, the prehistoric age, Top Gun. As soon as you seen the original trailer for Top Gun, oh my God, with the danger zone playing in the background, you were
yeah.
locked in. You wanted to
Proper
see that.
80s.
Yeah, it was just like you couldn't miss that movie, and nobody did that summer. That was the
Yeah,
'86. That was a huge. I'm really surprised they haven't like Cruise hasn't done more with the 40-year anniversary of Top Gun. You know,
yeah. They did. It was re-released, wasn't it, with Maverick in at the end of May, but very limited, I think.
Yeah, and I thought because I think I'm almost positive. Well, Jim would know more than because
Mm.
he worked back then at those theaters. But I want to say that was a Fourth of July movie.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely a summer film.
yeah. Oh, it was definitely a summer film because I
Yeah,
remember I remember seeing it that summer, and even when like and that was like when the tickets were like 225, 250 to go
Yeah.
to go see a movie. So imagine what that would have done now with the prices
Oh,
now.
I know.
I mean, just I always wonder that, like the inflation of like when they say, "Oh, well, it was a hit, but it didn't make too much money," and I'm thinking, well, the inflation in 2026, what those would do right now, those movies.
Exactly. Yeah. But who would have thought that nearly 40 years later we would get a sequel and it did the same, if well, it did better than the first film. And for a lot of people, including myself, prefer the sequel to the first film. Not knocking the original Top Gun because that is a classic, but just I think again it all adds to like experience of watching it. That was the first big film off of the gate that came out after COVID, and Tom Cruise really, really lobbied for everyone to go to the cinema and experience it theatrically how it was supposed to, because Paramount just wanted to dump it on streaming during the lockdown, and Tom Cruise was having none of it. He held it for like, was it 2 years, 3 years? I think they held it for, because it was supposed to come out originally. I think it was supposed to come out in 2019, and then they pushed that to 2020, and then obviously everything happened and it got pushed twice again, I think. Um, but yeah, just I think the experience of watching it. I mean, I saw it theatrically 3 times, I think,
Is that
because
right? Wow.
because just watching it with a crowd full of people, that film specifically, just the feeling is just it was just great. And it was 3 different crowds as well, because I watched it at 3 different cinemas, and one was like my local at the time, which was never very busy, but everybody came out to watch that on opening night. And then I went up the one that I go to now, which again I think I went on a Saturday, fully packed. Everybody was just really feeling it. And then I went to one that was a little bit more pricier. It's like it was more of a bougie cinema, again packed, and it's just different crowds, but you
I was
still
just
get
going
the
to ask
same
you, were
feel.
the reactions totally different from each theater that you went?
I'd say like the one that was more pricey, because it was a birthday present when I went to see it there, and it was like sofas that you sat on,
Okay.
and they brought like food to your seats. Like I had a hot dog, I think. That was a bit more because of where it was.
Hold on, hold on. You got food to your seat and you had a hot dog? Why not like a big ass
Oh,
hamburger?
it wasn't like a normal hot dog, Kenny. I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure it was like a boar hot dog or something
Oh,
really,
okay. Gotcha.
really,
Okay.
really not like a standard hot dog at all,
Okay.
and fries as well.
I'm thinking it's a bougie place. You
No,
let
no,
all
no.
kinds of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, it was
This poor
proper,
son of
proper.
a bitch is eating a regular hot dog.
Not like a normal cinema hot dog. It was like a proper bougie hot dog. But it's just like I think it was different because obviously it's a different atmosphere because you're sat on sofas. So a lot of people probably felt a lot more relaxed. You feel like you're at home, but you've also got like what I would call the posh people, because it's that area that are going
Gotcha.
to see it, probably because they've been told to go and see it, and they don't like cheer and all that. But I had one showing, and they proper cheered. And I'll talk about a film I watched this week, and it had probably the biggest reaction in the cinema since I went to see Endgame. You
Oh
can probably
wow.
guess what that film is, but my God, the audience went mental at the end. They did what we don't really do over here, but you guys over there do a lot. They clapped at the end for quite a while. And we don't ever see that over here. The only other time I have seen that is when we watched Endgame. Um, but yeah, it does get you like I love a pack. There's nothing like a feeling of a packed cinema watching with complete strangers. Just the feeling of everybody else's reactions whilst you're watching the film is just like it adds to the experience and how you feel about the film, I think, as well.
Yeah, because I remember when the Star Wars movies were released,
Mm,
re-released, in '97. Uh, man, people were, as soon as the Star Wars logo came up for Star Wars, the 77. I don't call it A New Hope. I call it Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Okay. People got up and were like clapping when the Death Star blew up. People were like screaming and yelling. And after the movie, people were legitimately, like myself, crying and clapping, standing up. I've never seen that before
Yeah.
in a movie. The only other one that I remember was when I seen Saving Private Ryan in the theater. There
Mm,
was total silence at the end of it, and you could hear sniffling, and then people got up and were clapping at the end of the movie.
yeah. You know when a film hits an audience when you get a reaction at the end,
Yeah,
because you know that it's done its job. And we'll talk about obviously the film I'm referring to in a bit, because we already know it's done its job. I mean, it's made a shit ton of money already, and I can see it probably becoming the highest grossing film of all time if it carries on the way that it's going at the moment with the trajectory that it's on, because it's already
I think it
smashed
will, because
records.
these theaters, because my friend went to see an 8:30 showing of it,
Yeah.
and he said it was packed at 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and he said when he came out of the theater, he said the lobby was packed like he had never seen it before, because
It's,
this was the same theater that when we went to see Guardians 3,
yeah.
and I told you it was a Saturday night and there was nobody in there. He said, I don't know what's happened with the crowds like over the years or something, but they've
Yeah.
gotten bigger.
Yeah. This is one of the biggest crowd. The best time I think to go to the cinema to see a new release is on Friday night. Like I've seen a few this year when I've gone like Friday night, 8 o'clock ish, and it is really busy, which is what I prefer. I prefer to go to a busy showing than an empty showing, because, well, depending on sort of who you've got in, because if you've got a load of kids in there, then that could be just a
Well,
nightmare.
see, when I was seeing them on a Friday night, that's basically what you got. You got kids that were at the
Yeah,
time my age, that were like 15, 16. You know, mom would drop you off. She'd give you $20. This is back in 1986, 87. She'd give you
yeah,
$20. You get your ticket. Your ticket maybe cost $5 at that time. You know,
yeah,
and you get popcorn and a soda, and you got to hook up from your friends that are working there, you know. And then you
yeah,
went to make, and then if there was like a restaurant or a place, around that area, and there was a McDonald's there next to the theater. So of course, all your buds, we went to McDonald's afterwards, and you got to hook up because your friends were working at the McDonald's. You
I've
know?
noticed that's a thing. Like even over here, there's always a McDonald's in like spitting distance. Like I had a McDonald's before I saw the film on Thursday as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Because
That's called location, location,
yeah,
location.
there's always, even at my old cinema, there's a McDonald's still there now, even though the cinema's shut down. And it's just like, I've just thought wherever you go, like whatever cinema you go to, you guaranteed that there's a McDonald's, like probably in the same complex.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Yes, mad. But they know. I think they just know, they know people are going to want to go to the cinema and either get some food before or after they go to the cinema.
Even the malls too,
Yeah,
because I know, I don't know if they were popular over at your place, but we had a Sam Goody, which was a music store, and then we had a like a video store. Okay, they were all precisioned like right next to a McDonald's, so
yeah,
that whole half of the mall was just like packed with kids. You
yeah,
know, so location, location, my friend.
exactly. We've got DFC Intron here. Hello. He asks, favorite Sean Penn performance outside of one battle after another, minus casualties of war. That's a very good. That's a good choice. If I didn't, because I want to be different and I don't want to go for the example that you've used, I'm going to say Mystic River, which I think he won the Oscar for, because well deservedly. He's He's brilliant in that film, and that is a very underrated Clint Eastwood film, I think. So I would have to say that. Kenny?
I'm gonna go for one that probably few have seen, but I thought it was a
Mm.
really beautiful performance. I Am Sam. Oh,
That's a great film.
that's a
A great
great
film.
film. Great film that doesn't get talked about a lot.
I think the problem with that film, especially at the time, I think obviously, if that film was made, well, that film, Sean Penn, put it this way, would not be in that role if that film was made now, because there
No,
would be too many people up in arms about the fact he's not actually got a disability. It's offensive, and I think that could be partly the reason why nobody talks about it now, because people my age probably, because a lot of people my age are absolute dicks and they just think everything's made to be offensive, so they probably wouldn't go anywhere near that film, even though it's a great film and he gives a fantastic performance in it.
and
But
Dakota Fanning is great in that movie. I think she
first
should
film,
have.
I think.
Did she get nominated for an Academy Award for that? Because she should have.
I don't know. I think that was her first film, because I think isn't her sister in that as well, but not.
Elle, yeah, I think Elle
I'm
is
pretty sure
too.
her sister is in that. Yeah,
But
but
man, that was just
yeah,
and Michelle Pfeiffer. And I just remember every time the little girl just walking the streets going back to her dad. You know,
yeah,
I just remember that's just a beautiful movie.
it is. Yeah. Have you seen One Battle After Another yet?
Yes,
What
yes,
did you
and
think of this in that?
man, it's tough because I even told when we were doing our Oscar things, so Sean and Jim,
Hmm.
what a dick he was in that,
He
man.
was.
Oh my
He
God,
got he
he
got
was.
what he deserved at the end, though.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just saying, like, oh man, what a horrible person.
It's a really I see. I think it's a really good film, but, and this is a but, I think it is probably the most, or one of the most overrated films from last year. It's still,
Yeah,
for me, a 4-star film. It'd be in my top 20, but there's a lot of people that put it at number one. And whilst I think it is a very good film,
the
I
girl
don't think
takes me out
it's
of the movie a lot.
the what
Uh,
the girl.
yeah, the girl.
Yeah, well, it's a first film as well, so you got to kind of
Yeah,
being
she
honest.
takes me right out of it.
Yeah, but I think the story itself, I've seen it twice now, and I think I enjoyed it a lot more rewatching it. Like I put it up a bit more rewatching it, but I still feel that it is overrated. It's good, but I do feel it's overrated. Jim stopped by quickly. Hey fellows, sorry I could not join you, but my wife had an unexpected appointment. No problem, Jim. No
Not a
worries.
problem. Get the wife hooked up.
Yeah.
She feels better.
Hey
Hey, Giz.
kids. Hey Spectre, and he says thoughts on Brand New Day. I don't think Kenny's seen it yet, but I
I haven't.
have, and I'll get to it because that is the film I was referring to. I will get to it when we talk about our recent watches. Hello, Sai.
Sorry.
What is the most sickening or revolting horror film you've ever seen? Mine is The Hills Have Eyes. Good question. I don't really go for those types of horror films. And I don't think Kenny does either, really. So you've asked
No.
the two worst questions for us two, really.
Yeah. Now, if you were going to say revolting rom-coms, we could give you
well,
that.
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we could roll off some rom-coms, but horror, that's, as the kids say, that's not my thing, yo.
Because the horrors that people would probably consider, like you've given an example there, The Hills Have Eyes, which I watched for the first time this year. I wouldn't say I was sickened or revolted by it, because watching it now at the age I am and having seen a lot of other stuff, it didn't really affect me the way that I think it probably would have affected people when they watched it back in the 70s. So it's the same as when I watched The Exorcist for the first time. That didn't have the effect on me that a lot of people, when it came out, it would have had the effect on, because we've had a lot of other films like that since then. So you're kind of used to seeing that sort of thing. So it's difficult because I like I say, I really don't go for films like that. So I
Yeah, you got the two wrong. You got the two wrong
too
people
wrong.
here, my man. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe X. I wasn't a big fan of X because I thought that was a bit too gruesome. Um,
I didn't even see that.
yeah. Um, what's your advice for someone just starting a physical media collection? Are they too late to the party? Not at
No,
all. You can
I have,
always start a physical
I
media
have,
collection.
I have absolutely two places to go to,
Oh,
and
me and Kenny's favorite place.
yeah, whatnot,
Yeah.
whatnot.
That's
I'm
the biggest
telling you,
recommendation. Sign up to Whatnot. I don't know where you are, if you're in England or America, but there is pretty much every day a live show for DVDs, Blu-rays, and they're all dirt cheap. You pay maximum £3 postage on any show,
that's over there. Over here, it's seven
maybe a bit
seventy
more.
two.
Yeah, but just do that. That I think for someone starting a collection, that's a good place to start because you can get a lot of I don't like builder block titles, like titles that everyone should have in their collection. You could probably get for a good price just on DVD by going on Whatnot shows because there's always loads of like common titles.
That's
But
exactly right.
to us, they're common. But to someone starting a collection, they're probably gold because you want them.
Them or charity shops.
Charity shops, yeah,
Yeah, because like over there where Ollie is, I mean, you can get like five for a dollar. You know, here if you go to Salvation Army and Goodwill, don't pay over $2 for a DVD. Okay, that's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, but man, go on Whatnot. There's a show like every day. These
mm,
people they get. I'm not kidding you. He told me they get 3 pallets a day of DVDs and they sort through them. It's him, his wife, and his mother. Okay. His mother's disabled, and all she has to do is check and see if the discs are scratched.
yeah,
So he said they have they have a system, and he said they're 50 cents. He sells them for 50 cents because he
exactly.
gets so many of
Dirt
them.
cheap.
So
Yeah,
if you want to go over there, and like I said, and he always says, even if you get 200 discs, it's only going to cost you a flat rate of 774. Whatnot changed over here. It used to be nine something, but it actually went down lower to 772 or 74. I forget what it is. So he doesn't matter if you get three or 300.
caps it.
You're still, they cap it.
Yeah,
So I just recommend Whatnot so much because those sellers they check a lot of them, they check their discs because they want you people to come back, and
exactly.
especially those guys that buy like a lot like this guy does. So I recommend Whatnot. Don't go to Walmart and pay $5 for a
That's what I
movie
was
or
gonna
anything like
say.
that. Yeah,
The
don't.
the biggest mistakes I've made, I found whilst collecting physical media, starting off with anyway, which I wish I'd have not done back then. Don't buy stuff that you've not seen brand new at full price. If you're gonna
Yeah,
get stuff that you're interested in but you've not seen it, get it when it's reduced in price. Um, and start with DVD and work your way up. If you like DVD, Blu-ray's good as well. I'd say stay away from 4K because 4K is expensive and a lot of the time you don't notice the difference in quality.
and
It's
just
just
wait,
more expensive.
just
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 wait.
wait because
Deals,
like
sales, all
yeah,
sorts. Yeah, just wait for
because
all of that.
just wait because these people, especially like these YouTubers out there now, they get screener copies of stuff, and then they
Oh,
just
in
like
America, yeah,
yeah, in America, they just get like all these screener copies, and they don't from companies. They don't know what to do with them, so
yeah,
they just give them. They just either give them away or they sell them to people for like really cheap. Okay,
yeah,
so look on a Facebook marketplace because you can get really good buys on people that are just trying to. And we're still in August here. I know you guys call them boot sales over there. We have yard sales. Go. go around your neighborhood on a Saturday morning, like really early though, like 8 o'clock, and just if you see people putting out stuff, and just go, hey, do you have some movies? Because most of the time you might pay a quarter for a
Oh yeah,
movie.
because people
You
don't
know,
know what they've got. That's the
they
thing.
they don't know what they got, and they just want to clean it. Because usually about this
Mhm.
time now, they're cleaning the garage out.
Yeah,
So they just want to get shit out of the garage right now. So
yeah,
if you just go around to like yard sales, if like we have auctions here, like outside auctions, go around on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, just walk around. 50 cent. If you pay more than $1 for a DVD or a Blu-ray, with those, uh, you're dumb because
there's some
they just want to
I
get
will
rid of
say
them.
there are some exceptions. Like
Oh
if there's a film that's out of print, if Kenny came across a DVD of Only the Lonely Tomorrow for $2, he'd be picking. I know you've got the Blu-ray, but you'd still be picking it up
Oh yeah,
for two
absolutely.
bucks.
I just picked up from Whatnot. I just picked up for $3 Airheads that's out of print on
Yeah,
DVD.
wow.
So it was just like the guy had no idea what he was selling.
Yeah,
He,
I've had some stuff like that before. I've picked it up and I'm like, does he know what that is? Like, I don't think because a lot of them they'll put it into like a £1 or £2 selection, but they've not actually looked up to see how much it's worth because they've got too much. They just think, oh, that looks like it. But sometimes it could be the wrong way around. They could put something in a £2 selection that's worth bugger all,
right.
and then they get stuff in the £1 selection that's like worth quite a bit. So you just what you gotta do is take your time when you're watching. If you get into Whatnot watching these shows, look through it properly, and you'll get some good. I mean, I'll show you an example of, and I'm sure Kenny will, of
And
what the sort of stuff you can get if you look hard enough.
and also get yourself an app on your phone that when you get them, you can scan them into your
Yeah,
app.
so you know what you've got.
Okay, so you know what you got, and you're not rebuying stuff over and over again, because a
Yeah,
lot of new collectors do that because they think they have it because they've seen it on a past show, or because I've done that. Like
I
I
bought
just picked
something
up.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah, I just did that this week, as a matter of fact, because I didn't think I had this, and I picked this up. I paid $5 for this, brand new,
yeah,
on Whatnot, but I already had it on Blu-ray. It's not the 4K, but because I don't really collect the 4Ks that much. But
yeah,
for $5, it was a happy accident.
exactly. There you go. There's some good. I don't know if he was asking for himself or just in general, because that question could just be.
Well,
But
that could go
hopefully, it
both
helps
ways.
someone that's
Yeah.
watching. Yeah. So says a trailer that I liked was The Dark Knight, and the way it introduces the Joker is good. I honestly can't. I probably have seen the trailer for The Dark Knight, but I can't remember it. But that's just a fantastic film. I mean, just what if you from watching the trailer for The Dark Knight, I can just imagine it just builds what's going to happen in that film.
See, I'll admit, because I like all the Batman movies and I enjoy them, but when I first seen that, I was more geeked up for the '89 Batman than I was
Mm,
for Dark Knight. That's just
yeah,
me. That was like my
yeah.
era, because I remember I remember sitting in the theater, trailer, and I heard a guy. They got Mr. Mom playing Batman, you know.
Yeah,
So it was like that. I mean, that's how it was. That's how
yeah,
it
yeah.
was. So because I remember it was like when like Nicholson came on as the Joker, everybody went. You could hear a sigh, and then I just remember the guy going, "They got Mr. Mom playing fucking Batman. How good is this going to be?" And I was
Well,
like, "Man, I wish I would have been with that guy when he's seen it."
it's exactly the same as Bruce Willis in Die Hard,
Yeah,
because he's the guy from Moonlighting. So it's just like, really, in an action film as the lead?
yeah,
But look at what career he ended up having. Like when you think of Bruce Willis, you don't really think of comedies. You think of action now
yeah.
because
You think
he's
Die Hard?
changed. Exactly. That's the first thing you think of. Most revolting film has to be Cannibal Holocaust, closely followed by a Serbian film. Never again. Yeah, I would never watch those films. If I'm putting a film on, there's only two reasons I'm watching a film, because I'm interested in what the film is about, like the subject matter, or it just sounds interesting,
Mm-hmm.
or because I know it's going to be entertaining. It may not be a good film, but I know it's going to be entertaining. I'd never put a film on because I've heard it's the most revolting film ever, or I've heard, because I don't watch a film to be disgusted. I watch a film to be either
Entertained.
interested or entertained. Exactly. So yeah, I wouldn't watch those. Dan says, "Hey Kenny, you didn't get washed away."
Oh, it's still. I texted Dan. It's still raining here, man. We got deuced with rain
Oh
today.
wow,
It
we could have
started.
some rain.
Yeah, it started. It started last night, and it's continuing.
Yeah,
Today. Yeah.
wow. Spectre says, "I miss Don Fontaine's trailer voice, pure nostalgia and hype." I know. I have noticed you get it. Not obviously his voice, but you do get some trailers that are like that, but not many nowadays. Like back, if you go back to the 2000s, every trailer
In a
had,
world,
yeah,
you know, that's
exactly.
that was like, who would be a good voiceover if he wasn't such a darn good actor? Liv Schreiber, because Liv Schreiber
Yeah,
does a lot of voiceover work for here in America for NFL films. He does a show called Hard Knocks,
yeah.
where they it's basically American football, and they just like the Buffalo Bills started in August, and they weren't ready for her what they drafted, something like that. But he's got a great voice,
Here you
great.
go, Kenny. There's a film, an indie film. I think it came out in 2013, and it is called In a World. It's
Oh,
got it's got Lake Bell in it. She's the lead, and it's basically about the trailer narration, like narrating trailers. I think her job is to narrate or to edit narrating trailers, and it's about. I've heard of it. It's called In a World. I think it came out in 2013.
on
But
Tubi.
there you go. I'm gonna add it to my list because I just thought of it when we were talking about it. I thought there's a film about that someone told me about ages ago, and I've not watched it. But
Wow, she wrote and directed it too, Ollie.
oh, there you go. Yeah,
I like Lake Bell. Lake Bell's a
she's
very
good. Yeah,
underrated actress.
because it's Fred Melamed, Eva Longoria, Gina Davis, Nick Offerman.
Michaela
So
Watkins, yeah, good cast.
yes,
Tim Marino.
basically, if anyone's not familiar with what it is she's a vocal coach, and her dad's basically the king of the movie trailer voiceovers, and she wants to become a voiceover star, basically. Might even have the guy, I think the guy that actually does the voiceovers actually is in it, whatever
Oh,
his name. Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but yeah, Don LaFontaine is in it as himself.
cool.
So there you go. Um, who's next? Why did they stop voiceovers for trailers? Don't know. I think maybe it just at the time went out of style, and they wanted to try and do something different for trailers, and they've just never brought it back. It is sort of its time, a voiceover in a trailer. You sort of, it takes you back to a time. Like
Sure
if you
does.
did it now, would it work? Would it work like it did back then? Because those all the films that had voiceovers are of a certain time, and you always, when you watch a trailer again from that time, you're like, this is a noughties film or this is a 90s film.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think it would be as special as it was back then
No, yeah,
because Sean was telling me and Jim in our chat he sat through 30 minutes of trailers the other day when he went to see Spider Man. 30
wow.
minutes of just trailers.
We usually get 5 trailers.
Okay, yeah. Sean said 30 minutes of trailers, and there was like maybe one commercial because Jim said he usually gets commercials and then a little bit of trailers. But he
Yeah,
said the one that Sean that stuck out for him was I haven't seen it was the Jessica Chastain trailer for her new movie.
Oh, the horror one.
Oh, okay. I don't know. He just said Jessica Chastain.
Yeah,
Does he
she's
know
in a
about
new
like
like
that?
Blumhouse horror film.
Oh, okay.
Um, I will say this now, preemptively. Watching that trailer and reading up about it, the film's going to be shit. People will go and see it because it's out in October and it's a horror film.
And it's a
I,
Blumhouse movie.
but I think the film's going to be shit. I honestly do think the film's going to be really bad. I mean, I can't say it is bad because I haven't seen it and I've not heard any reviews or anything for it or general word of mouth. But going off of the trailer and the synopsis, that film sounds like it's going to be bad.
Fair enough. I don't
Yeah.
know anything about it. I just know what Sean wrote on there. That's all.
It's stuff that's been done before. Basically, her little girl has this creature living in her room that looks exactly like her mum. So that's why the film's called Other Mummy.
Oh, okay.
But it just looks like very generic Blumhouse horror sort of stuff. Sorry, I'm sitting this way. I'm trying to. I get a bad knee, so I need to extend it every so often.
That I can fully and totally understand.
Yeah. Alan says the original Top Gun. Get my words out. Is of
Easy
its
for
time.
you to say.
Yeah, I know. Massive 80s vibe, but hasn't dated well. Top Gun Maverick has far more substance too. The Kilmer scene is very touching. Yeah, I agree with you there,
Yeah.
Alan. I think what you've said is completely on the ball.
Yeah, but you go, Alan, you go back to 1986 and you're watching that as a 14, 15-year-old boy, and you're popping a Woody faster than you would for Samantha Fox, pal.
Sai says, I really enjoyed Brand New Day. John Bernthal is so good in it. The chemistry between him and Holland is brilliant. Yep, I can agree with you on those points there, Sai.
Which makes Kenny very happy because John Bernthal.
I said, that's the first thing I said. As soon as I came out of the cinema,
Yep.
in fact, I was still sat in the cinema. I thought, I got to tell Kenny. I said, I thought when the credits came up, I thott Kenny's going to fucking love this because he's in it so much. Obviously, it's not as violent as you would the Punisher, but he's still just so the Punisher.
He just fucking eats up the scene as the Punisher.
Yeah,
whoever the casting director was for getting him that part, I would like to hug that person a lot.
Do you know the story that goes? So
I don't.
He auditioned for the Punisher the exact same time as Tom Holland auditioned for Spider-Man. They had their auditions at the same time, which is how they met. And I think they've made a film with each other just after that called Pilgrimage.
Okay.
And since they met doing the auditions at the same time, they've been really, really close friends ever since, and they've sort of been helping each other with their careers. Because obviously John Bernthal sort of has catapulted. I would quite confidently say he's an A-lister now. I would say
absolutely.
Whereas you go back 10 years ago, maybe when the first Accountant came out, probably more of a B movie star, like not an A-lister.
You know what? When I seen that, okay, I was like, oh, Baron, I like this guy, but I never put like 2 and 2 together because I remember when I seen it, I was like, man, this guy is really good. Because I even said to my brother, because he was like, oh, it's Affleck. And, I said, but you got to watch for the brother. And he wasn't, he didn't fully get in. And then when he watched it, he was like, oh, they got to make sequels to this,
Yeah. And the sequel's badass as well.
The sequel is badass, is right.
Yeah. Because he's in it more. That's the thing. It's more of a bro movie, the second one, like a road bro movie, really. Right. Spectre said some kid clapped at the end of Brand New Day and felt so bad because he was the only one and the room was dead silent waiting for the post-credit scene. We didn't have that. I didn't clap because I thought it is quite corny, I think. I feel it's quite corny. I mean, because we're not used to it over here, obviously in America, it's quite a common thing to clap if a film's really good at the end. But over here, we don't really. I've never really come across it before. So I was like, what? Like when you go and see theatre, that's a bit different. You do clap, but it's different over here. Like, and I was just like, it was a bit. But pretty much everybody did clap. Not just at the end. I think they clapped at the start as well when it started. As soon as the Marvel thing came up, they were like, "Let's go!" And I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." A packed audience can add atmosphere in a cinema as long as they're not the assholes who play with their mobile phones, shove up their ass and see if they can get a signal from there. Well put, Alan. Well put. And I
Very good.
totally agree with you there. Adam's here. Hello, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Good evening, Ollie, Kenny, and all in the chat. Sorry I can't join you for the stream tonight. Is out. We'll watch it back tomorrow. Hope you all have a good one. Catch you on the next one. Cheers. Thank you very much for stopping by, Adam.
See you, bud.
Yeah, I know you couldn't book on the day for my cinema to see Spider-Man. God knows how far in advance I'll have to book for Doomsday. Yeah, I've made that mistake because there hasn't been really any films that I've booked since I've been going to the cinema, bar like Endgame and Infinity War, where I've like, oh, I'll just book it the week before or the weekend before. So I thought, you know what, I'll leave it. I'll see if my dad wants to come. So I left it to the Saturday before and went on to try and book for Wednesday. Every single showing on Wednesday was sold out. Went on to Thursday. Every showing except for the one that I ended up going to was sold out.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, I think you're right. I think if the train keeps going for Doomsday, Doomsday is going to be worse, I think.
Oh,
why
there's no doubt about that. Because you're running into Christmas time.
Do you know what I really think? And I think June's going to end up getting moved. I don't think there's any way that comes out the same day as Doomsday, because it will be a flop because everybody's going to be going to see Doomsday.
Plus the runtime. It's like a 3-hour run. It's a 3-hour runtime.
Doomsday's more accessible than June. I would much rather go and see Doomsday than June because the last two films I've not been that keen on. So I'm not going to go and rush to see a third one when I can go and see what is probably going to be the biggest film of the year.
Here's my philosophy on this. Dune is for the smart sci-fi people that have followed it, have read the books and stuff. Totally. Doomsday are for the casual people.
Exactly.
You know, and all the Marvel heads out there that are just going to go see it because it's Marvel. So
yeah,
if I was a theater owner, I would rather have more showings of Doomsday in there than Dune, because you're going to get people in there, but your theaters are not going to be as packed as you are for Doomsday. That's just my philosophy.
No, yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah,
and plus the runtime. I think they said what Dune's 3:15.
It's up there, yeah. I think.
I think they said the last thing. I could be wrong, and I probably am because I read so many movie stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it was 3:15, and I think the runtime with Doomsday was 3:05. Not that there's a big disparity.
June 3 has a runtime of 2 hours 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was wrong. See,
but we're still however long away. That could still be changed with editing and reshoots and all that.
Yeah.
Doomsday's current runtime is 2 hours 45, but again, there will probably be reshoots before it comes out and more edits, so that could change as well. But yeah. Hey Juno, how you doing?
What's up, Juno?
We're going to pause there and we're going to go to our recent watches now. Get into our recent watches. Kenny, take it away.
All right, my recent watches. You can find me on Letterboxd. Kenny.Jones19 is my Letterboxd thing. I believe so. If not, I'm lying.
If you follow any of us, then you'll be able to follow Kenny because we're all following each other. So
yeah, we're like a pack of thieves. We all run together.
Yeah.
All right. Getting our friend Juno in Texas are here. We did a watch along with our peeps on Friday night with The Brain That Wouldn't Die.
Oh God,
that was a 50s repeat from not a 50s repeat, 1962, but it was a black and white.
You did a Jim.
Yeah, really sorry. I gave it 3 out of 5. I've seen it before. I've watched it on Mystery Science Theater. I love the movie. It's really fun, and Juno did a great job by picking that movie out. The next one I watched was a very terrible movie called Backroads. Oh, I did that one. Sorry.
You did that
Okay.
one last week,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I forgot. I had a little thing. Okay. My first one was a rewatch. Rewatch. This was I seen this in the movies from 1991. Mystery Date with a young Ethan Hawke and a very young, beautiful Terry Polo. The movie
Oh,
just
cool.
did that. Have you ever seen that before?
No, no, no.
Okay, I gave it 2.5 out of 5. It wasn't as clever as I remember seeing it in 1981, and
Hmm.
let me tell you, Terry Polo is friggin' gorgeous in that movie. But it's worth the watch. Fisher Stevens was terribly annoying in there as the delivery driver, but
Hmm.
if you want to see young Ethan Hawke and especially young Terry Polo, highly recommend that one. Next one I
Oh,
watched was another garbage movie called Demon Warp, a 1988 movie with George Kennedy. This was one that I had on the back. It's bad. It's 2 out of 5 stars.
hmm.
Um, Now, I seen on our not to be mentioned channel the death of Robin Hood with
Oh, yeah,
Hugh
you told me
Jackman.
about this already.
I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. It was too dark. Hugh Jackman, you couldn't even tell it was Hugh Jackman in it. It was deplorably bad. I couldn't get over he made this movie. It was so bad. It
Um,
was it was boring. It was it, just avoid this when it comes to streaming, which will probably be streaming here soon. Go, you know, watch it for your own. But I just thought it was terrible.
hmm.
Next one I watched on the Netflix was Toxic: A Love Story. This was a California couple who the ex girlfriend of the guy like broke up. Well, they pinned. You guys gotta watch it. It is like totally screwed up for like years. They had this woman, and she actually went to jail for 86 days till she was exonerated by the couple making everything up.
Wow.
It's amazing. Like there's like such great things as rape fantasies. The couple hired a guy to come in and rape the wife and pin it on the girlfriend.
God.
Yeah, it's as the kids say, toxic.
Yes.
And then I went from that to a beautiful little movie that I've never seen before, and I really really enjoyed it. It was called The Decoy Bride with
Oh,
David
I've got
Tennant.
that. Yeah, I've got that.
It's really good.
It.
Really,
See, who was it that said that? Was it Sam? I want to. Say, it was someone. Someone told me that it wasn't great. I think it was Sam,
oh, okay.
but
I really liked it. I love Kelly
I like
McDonald.
David Tennant.
Yeah,
So
he's like over here. He's not a very well known actor, but I know he's like royalty over there.
yeah,
But over here, But I really had fun with it, and the star of the movie is Michael Urie. He was a he's an actor from America, and he was in Ugly Betty. He played the
that name rings a bell.
tall thin guy with black hair.
Trying to
But
look. He's. I swear he's. Oh yeah, from Shrinking. Yeah, I know.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that is. He's who I thought he was from Shrinking. Yeah,
yeah, he was excellent in that movie.
and he was in Goodrich as well, the Michael Keaton one.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Then the next one I watched was a 2007 movie called The Last Mistress. It's a French movie. You have to watch the subtitles. So if you don't like French movies, I just thought this was a complete bore fest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I didn't like it. It didn't have Juliette Binoche in it. I know that's what you're thinking. It was on AMC Plus. I watched it. I
Bet you
just
needed to watch some Juliette Binoche after being disappointed.
How did you guess? I watched the Three Colors trilogy.
Oh, no, I've never seen them. Are they good?
Yes, but you have to watch them in order. It goes blue, white, uh, red, white, and blue. Okay.
Red, red, white, and
No,
blue.
blue, red, and white.
Blue,
That's
red,
it.
and white. Okay.
Blue, red, and white. Because I even Googled it and said, where do I have to go, to get the order?
Yeah.
So of course the first one is with, if something happens to Sandra, Juliet rolls right in. So the first one's from 1993, Three Colors Blue with Juliette Binoche.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is a story of she plays Julie, who loses her husband and young daughter in a car accident, and it's basically her trying to pick up the pieces of her life
Okay.
after that. I gave that 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, wow.
I th- I I thought it was absolutely great, and everything in that movie with like losing everything. If you've experienced loss, you actually feel that.
Yeah.
The next one was Red. Okay, and this is a totally different story. But I think what I think is cool is that Juliette Binoche is in the next two, but she's in the background. So
Okay.
the girls that play in those movies are in the background. So
Right.
I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. And then the last what yeah, the last one was um White with Julie Delpy, and
Mm-hmm.
she played a Polish immigrant who finds herself out of a marriage, out of a job, and in a country when she gets divorced. So it's basically a of like self discovery, rediscovering yourself after you've had these things happen to you. So I
Yeah.
gave that 4. But if you like French movies and you're just in it for like a really good time, all these movies are like 2 hours,
Okay.
so you can kill a good night watching it.
Yeah, I might try pick it. I think they're on the artificial eye label over here. I've seen them
Oh,
on
okay.
DVD. My guy actually had them on his show. I think they were £2 each.
Yeah,
But
they
I
are
didn't think
expensive
someone
too.
else someone else snapped them up before I could get them. So I
Oh,
might,
okay.
yeah, try and grab them
Yeah,
if I
if you
can
see
see them
them at a
again.
charity shop or something like that, just give it a go. Don't pay a lot for
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
because they are basically they are very good movies, but they are one time watches.
Yeah.
I'll just give you that. Then I watched an Ashley Judd and Ewan McGregor movie that I don't remember seeing from 1999. Eye of the Beholder.
Like a thriller.
It's a thriller, and Ian McGregor plays Ewan McGregor. I always get his name screwed up. Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
He plays like a CIA agent, a CIA agent who's obsessed with Ashley Judd. But Ashley Judd is a stone cold killer. She goes around like seducing guys and then killing them.
Right.
I gave it 2.5 out of 5. The
Not
beginning was
interesting.
it, they don't meet up until like the last 15 minutes of the movie.
One of them
Yeah,
misleading.
one of them, and you knew everything that was going to happen afterwards.
Yeah.
He comes infatuated with her. All the friends. It felt like a late '90s kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then the next one I watched was a movie called I didn't know anybody in this movie, Passion, a 2012 movie. It was okay. There was nothing really to write home about, or nothing that you've not seen before in a movie.
Yeah.
Next one, actually, Andy had recommended this about a month ago on the show, and this is a 2004 movie called Saved.
Oh, no, I recommended that
Oh,
last
you
week.
did. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know somebody because I had it written down.
So
I could.
someone did that the other week. Someone said, "Oh yeah, Andy was talking about this film. He recommended it," and it's like I watched that one last week and recommended it.
Okay,
I
Saved.
think it's because we all watched the same sort of films. It all just gets
Yeah, I think so.
mixed
I
into
think
one.
you're right.
Yeah.
So
Did you like it though? Because I think it's
I
great.
gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh, good.
I thought it was great. I just like the.
Mandy Moore's such a bitch in it, though, isn't she?
Oh my gosh, she is such a bitch in that movie. And Jenna Malone, boy, I really liked her in that movie. She was
She's
really
really,
good.
yeah. She was really good in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like how they went to pick up the boyfriend and they took him to a camp to get the gay out of him.
Yeah.
And I love how he told her he was gay underwater in the swimming pool. I'm gay. What?
It's funny.
So I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. I thought that was good. Then I had to, I like my cheesy war movies. This is called,
Hmm.
Last American Soldier, but it's also called Surrender. It's an Italian cheese fest, and if you want to, what this movie is so great, okay, because they fire in one direction and people get killed in the other direction.
One of those.
Yeah, one of those. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh wow, nice.
Then I watched a new John Travolta direct to video movie called The Gentleman Thief.
Yeah.
I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. John is bald in this movie, and he doesn't do anything in this movie except basically just go, I gotta go. I got a fever. Like that. His character is so washed out. When you know the big star in the movie is this big fat rapper, DJ Khalid or whatever, you know you're in for a good time. 1 out of 5.
Wow.
Then I watched a movie that I hadn't seen before that, probably everybody in America seen.
Mm.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh yeah. Do you like that one?
Loved it. I thought it was great. I loved when what was it? It was Deadpool versus Happy Deadpool or something. And he turns
Mm.
around and he said, he goes, I bet you're looking forward to another rom-com or something. And he turns to the camera and goes, The Proposal. I was like, yeah, Ryan.
Yeah. The
That popped
proposal
me
too.
too. That really popped me when he did that. So I gave that 4.5 out of 5. Then this is a good one, Ollie. And Sean, Movie Assault, recommended this one. It's called Mockbuster.
About Blockbuster.
No, it's about a guy. He's a Australian director, okay, who directs his like public access and his mom's public access videos for her work and stuff. And he writes my favorite movie company, The Asylum.
Oh, is this the one that I was telling you about? And I've completely. Is it that one?
Yes, where he goes and they actually give him, and then he goes
Yeah.
there 6 days. He has to film.
Yeah.
He
That
has
looked
to
good.
get-
That trailer.
It's great. It's 4 out of 5, but I came across afterwards very conflicted because my love for The Asylum and its movies.
Oh yes.
Now, if those guys treat him the way for everybody, I don't know if I can watch another Asylum movie again because they were like
That
really
bad.
dicks to him. They were like really dicks to him. Like
Wow.
they had to make the best guy that came out of it was this black gentleman. I don't know his name. I wish I did know his name, but he was the effects guy. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was trying to help him. Like he had like directed like the sharks were coming out this way instead of going this way, or the raptors were coming this way. He goes, you shot this perspective. He goes, I can't reverse it because then everybody's image would be back. He was great with them. He was the one that worked, but they had a guy who was kind of like a Michael Urie character. That's what he kind of reminded me of. And he's like, sorry, you only got so much time. And that's how he talked to Ollie. I'm not making fun of
Oh
him.
wow.
And he was like, we just don't have the budget. You gotta do this. The people that were in there, I'm not kidding you, 4 people.
Wow.
Okay. They had the director, the producer who was holding a lighting cam.
Yeah.
They had 2 people holding um, a boom mic, and one
Yeah.
with the camera. That's how many people work on these asylum movies.
Wow.
Okay, so they had to do reshoots at the asylum building that looks like a big office building, and it just has a sign, the asylum, on it. And they have every the shot that you see of like Michael Pare or Eric Roberts in there. They
Yeah.
do it from that studio, and it's the
Okay.
same. And it's the same thing. They have to recalibrate everything, like in the background and stuff like that. So,
Why
and
would these actors go that low, like someone like an Eric Roberts, to
Eric Roberts, they
star in
said,
these films?
has done 95 of these asylum movies.
Why would he? Like, I know he's got like health issues, but why?
It's an easy payday.
But why don't you just like do a normal job or something?
Well, apparently he can't get work. You know,
That's
same with
crazy.
Michael Pare. You gotta watch it. It's called Mockbuster.
Yeah, I'll try and find it. Yeah.
Then I rewatched a Edward G. Robinson, Vincent Price, and uh, Orson Welles movie called The Stranger from 1946. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then my final movie I watched was that I have listed. I have 2 other movies that I watched that I haven't listed. Was a movie that Jim's was obsessed with, and it's from 1982. It's called Megaforce with Barry
I've heard of
Bostwick.
it.
Cheesy fun
Okay.
done by, but you have to watch it on the site that will not be named, because
Mm-hmm.
that's the only way. I mean, I know Sean picked it up, but I don't know how much he paid for his Blu-ray. But everything that I seen, it was like $30, 20. I'm
Yeah.
not paying that for a movie that I haven't seen since the video time.
Mm.
But if you want a cheesy movie and a fun movie, and knowing what we know from what Jim said about how like the cars were falling apart and all this kind of stuff, and they were all like drunk and high and stuff making this movie, you kind of understand why after seeing this movie.
Yeah.
But I gave it 3 out of 5. I just had a lot of fun with it. That's all. So
Yeah.
that's my watches this week. Besides
Fair.
the Phillies and everything else, wrestling.
Swap around so I can go through mine. I had a very good week this week. Kenny knows some of the films I watched this
Yes.
week. Kenny was happy with some of the films I watched this week, and so was I.
Yeah, there
I
you go. Sean just popped up. I'm sorry, Ollie. He paid
That's right.
$20, $25 for Megaforce on Spanish Blu-ray, and he said,
Wow.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
And that's where I got the Sean. That's where I got the idea to watch Megaforce from you, because it was like Jim was talking about it so much, and it was just like Sean had picked it up, and I'm like, I don't know how much he paid, but it was just like, I'll watch it on the site not to be mentioned.
Yeah. Fair enough. I started off last week with after the stream. I think I may have mentioned it. I watched The Ringer with
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville, which is a fun film. It's very funny. Some of the actors, I think the main disabled actor, I don't think he's actually disabled. He was in Galaxy Quest. He was one of the aliens in Galaxy Quest.
Oh, okay.
That's where I noticed him from. But yeah, it's a pretty funny film, to be honest. I like Johnny Knoxville. I think he's pretty funny. So Enjoyed that one.
I picked that up on Whatnot for 50 cents. Based
Yeah, I
on
got it for about the same. Yeah,
yeah.
cheap. Another cheap pickup. A rewatch. I hadn't seen this for years. Of Be Kind Rewind
Oh, okay.
with Jack Black, Mos Def, and Danny Glover. It was pretty good. I like the concept of it. Obviously, they're these two guys that work in this video store, like like a Blockbuster type home, mum and pop's sort of video rental store. And he's old school. The DVDs have come in, but he's still with the VHS. And it's Danny Glover owns it, and he goes on holiday. And whilst he's on holiday, Jack Black's pissing around, and he's got like this tinfoil suit on, and
Yeah,
it somehow,
I remember seeing
yeah.
it, but Jack Black annoys me.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah, there's
But it's just funny how they basically wipe all of the tapes, and then they decide to make their own versions of the film when they become really popular. Really random to see Mia Farrow in a film like that.
yeah.
I found that really random. But I liked the Sigourney Weaver pops up because the first film that they to try and do is Ghostbusters. So I liked that sort of link. I thought that was quite cool. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I quite like that one. Then one of the best films I watched this week, but it was a rewatch in fairness. And this is one of the more expensive pickups for me because I did pay full whack for it because everybody's been talking about it. I picked up the new Arrow 4K of Falling Down, gave
Oh,
that a rewatch, and what a terrific film! One of
yeah.
the best films of the 90s. Definitely Joel Schumacher's best film. Just the color palette of that film in Los Angeles, it's just so dirty and just really intense, like heat. But Michael Douglas is just great in that. Robert Duvall's great. Just a great 90s film.
I love the kid how showing him how to use a bazooka.
Yeah, I make it. Are you what film? What's the name of your film or something? Then Kenny's gonna be happy now. Actually, whilst I gave all the other films like Falling Down and two others 4.5 stars this week, I gave this 4 stars. But it's the film one of the 2 films that I've enjoyed the most this week. Like I've really got something out of them. And the first one is Practical Magic, which I absolutely loved. Exactly my type of film. I'm glad I've watched it now just before the second one comes out because now I'll enjoy the second one all that more as
Good.
well. It's just such an easy film to watch. Just so good. They're 2 of my favorite actresses as well. So watching them on the screen together is just chef's kiss.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it. I really did. I'm glad that we got the blue. Even though it took years, we finally got a Blu-ray release over here, and now they're bloody releasing it on 4K as well.
Yeah, of course.
Of course they are. I'm not bothered about that though. I got the Blu-ray. It was on sale for like £10, and I had a voucher anyway, so I didn't spend any money on it. So it's pretty good. Then I watched what everyone's talking about, Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which is for me my favorite Spider-Man film now. Just it is proper Spider-Man. I've started playing Spider-Man 2 on the PS5 because I never played that when that came out. I love the first game, loving the second game so far. The film's just spectacular. Just because it's not like the last one was quite big because it was more multiverse stuff. This one's much more grounded, much more of a proper Spider-Man story. And you care about the characters and what's happening to them. And it's just awesome. As Kenny said, John Bernthal as Punisher. He's the comedic relief in it. Every time he shows up on the screen, it just puts a smile on your face because he's just so great. And you think he's not going to be in it much. You could go as far to say he's quite highly billed in the film, I'll say that. And he's got quite a lot to do in the film. Like, he's got quite a key part in the film. Like, he's in it a good amount. a good amount. Like I'd say he must have like quite a high screen time in the film. And you think, well, Spider-Man, they can't put him in that much, but they do. And Mark Ruffalo pops up for a bit as the Hulk as well. He's pretty good in it, but he's not got a lot to do. Just a great film. Great time at the cinema, like I said. The audience was great. Like, yeah, just fantastic.
I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, I know you don't do the cinema, but if that was
No.
one film you were to see well, no, I think the one film that Kenny would go to the cinema to see would be
Practical Magic
Magic
2.
2, yeah. Yeah. Are you going to try and go see that one?
Yeah, if I'm well
If
enough
you
to,
can.
yeah, I'll definitely. I love her so much. So
Yeah.
like,
Kenny will see it 3 times.
I remember when I seen the net 3 times that weekend.
Wow.
I well, she was at the top of her game right there because I mean, that was '95. I mean, it was like Speed, While You Were Sleeping, and then then the net came out. It was just like, and it was like she was like the it girl. And I
Yeah.
just remember, and another thing, because I am a big fat, so I just remember being fascinated that you could actually order a pizza on a computer. That,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys take that for granted now, but like
Just on an
in
app.
19, yeah, just on 19, yeah, you can just go, what is it? Hey, you just push a button, you know.
Yeah.
But in 1995, when that came out, that was like fucking NASA stuff that she was doing on
Yeah.
the computer, and
Yeah.
nobody seen it. I never seen an emoji before. I never heard of
Mm.
that word before. I feel like old man yelling at the cloud. Where's Jim?
That's Jim, yeah.
That's Jim.
Yeah. Next up, I watched Abel Ferrara's Body Snatchers
Okay.
from '93. That was good. Not my favorite adaptation of the Body Snatchers. I still got to see the '50s one, but I think the '70s one's definitely the best. That's just a great version of the story.
Sutherland is so good in that movie.
Yeah, and Jeff Goldblum. I mean, he's not like the lead, but he is really good in it.
Right.
I even like the Kidman Daniel Craig one. I think that's a decent one.
Yeah,
Not a lot
that
of
gets
people
a
like
lot
that
of
one.
shit. Yeah, that gets
It
a lot of
does, but
shit.
I like that. Supposedly, I read up on it. They were gonna do a sequel to Abel Ferrara's one, but they left. Basically, the studio was back and forth, and in the end, they decided they're just going to readapt it again, which is what ultimately became the Kidman and Daniel Craig one.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, interesting though.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Then I watched one that Kenny will like, Ninja Assassin. Have you seen that one?
No, but that sounds right up my alley to watch that.
Oh my god, it is. It's really gory, but it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
It's basically this Interpol agent played by Naomi Harris.
Yeah.
She's in the Bond films. Yeah, she's like this Interpol agent, and she's basically there's been these rumors over the years of what these so-called ninja assassins that work in the shadows, and you never see. They're like quite mythical, as though they're not real. And basically the film opens in this warehouse with is it Sung Kang that played Han in the Fast and Furious films?
We'll go with it.
The Asian guy.
Yeah.
And is it Randall Duke Kim who plays this like really old tattoo? He's like he's doing his tattoo, but this guy's an absolute dick, just an absolute dick. So this old guy basically tells him about how he got this scar, and he's telling him about the fact that there's these and then all of a sudden, I'm not kidding you, this guy's head just gets split in half, and I'm like, whoa,
He had a bad
like,
morning.
Jesus. And it's so violent. It's so violent, but it's so fun. It's such a fun film.
That sounds great.
It's not a great film, but it's just because it's just so fun just watching these ninjas just like
Yeah, but I like those kind. I like
destroy.
those kind of movies. Mr. Dan would like that probably too if he hasn't
Yeah.
already seen it.
And then for the first time I watched Space Jam.
See, I'm not a big Michael Jordan fan, so that just
I like Looney Tunes. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars.
okay.
Like I said, I really like the Looney Tunes. Like that kind of helped. I'm not into sports, so I don't really have any sort of affiliation with like Michael Jordan or anything like that. So to me, I know who he was and how big he was in America and all that. But I was watching it for the Looney Tunes, and it's a fun family film. I don't
Yeah.
know what. I honestly don't know why it took me so long to watch it, considering I've seen the second one, and that's not a good film.
Who you mean? The next Philadelphia 76er, LeBron James.
Yeah,
That gets an Oscar nomination from me for being one of the worst pieces of shit movies
that's
ever.
bad.
It is. Don't you like the product placement in every scene?
I
Like
know.
when his kids are playing basketball and there's all kinds of like swoosh and like all kinds of like logos around
The
on
thing
his
that
outside court.
pissed everyone off at the end. They're like,
Oh, you made
they
it to the end. I didn't get through 15
so
minutes.
they make a wish, basically, the 2 kids, to get Michael Jordan. And you see someone start to walk through the door and you think, wow, is he actually going to come back and be in a sequel to Space Jam? And it's fucking Michael B. Jordan. He won't do that now. He's won an Oscar.
Yeah, he ain't doing that anymore, pal.
No. I then watched from 1998 The Avengers. I don't know if you've seen that one, Kenny.
Yeah, with
With Ray Fiennes, yeah, and Sean Connery. It was fun. It's not
it
great
was fun.
at
It's
all.
not a great. Yeah,
It's a fun, cheesy film, though. You kind of got to go into it with low expectations, and you'll have fun with it.
yeah. I love Uma Thurman. I adore her. She's so hot.
Yeah. Next one I watched had potential to be good because of what it was based around, but wasn't very good because
Quarterlies.
no, it's based on a true story, but it says at the start, it says that it's a fictional account of something that happened, which you're like, okay then. But apparently so it's Grace of Monaco. So it's about Grace Kelly, which is what interested me because it's like, wow. And Nicole Kidman's playing her. Great cast.
Which
You got
also
Tim Roth.
interested you.
Hmm?
I said, which also interested you because
Yeah. Yeah.
And Grace Kelly is from Philadelphia.
Nice. But it's like Tim Roth was in it, Frank Langella. It had a solid cast, Parker Posey.
Oh wow!
But apparently, so it was a Weinstein film.
Oh.
And basically there was a lot of lawsuits between the real family at the time saying how the film is just ridiculous. It's not true. So it kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Eventually they completely took it off the calendar and dumped it on iTunes. So that's why nobody ever saw it. And you can see why. It's got potential. Nicole Kidman is great as Grace Kelly, who I think was fantastic. I think if the films I've seen her in, she was brilliant. And the film literally opens. It opens basically with Hitchcock going to see her. She's been basically part of the royal family, well, Monaco, whatever you call them, for about 5 years, and he goes to her with the script for. See, I've already forgotten now. The Sean Connery one. It's one word. Sean Connery one. I'm struggling for the name. Why am I forgetting the name?
Outland.
Hmm?
Outland. Scotland.
No. It's Hitchcock.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. What's the one?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god! What is that?
How have I? That's just gone out of my head as though it never existed.
Come on, chat. Where are you?
I'm just looking it up because it'd be
that's
quicker
what
to
I'm
look
doing
it up.
too.
I just typed in Sean Connery. Marnie.
Marnie.
Was it Marnie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
Marnie. And he
Because
basically,
I was going to say Marty, but Marty's with the Ernest Borgnine.
yeah,
Another
but
movie I got for 50 cents.
basically Hitchcock goes to her and basically says, "I want you in this film." Will you? And the film is basically about the public's basically outrage that because she accepted the film. This is true. She
Oh,
accepted the part in the film, which obviously I think eventually went to Tippi Hedren after the birds.
Tippi
Uh,
Hedren.
and
Thanks, Science
it,
Spectre.
basically, obviously, because there were things that were expected of her, they didn't want her going back to Hollywood, so it caused a lot of controversy and friction between her and her husband, Rainier, Prince Rainier, who's
Prince
played by
Rainier.
Tim Roth. And there's also the fact at the same time that France, because obviously Monaco is like his own individual sort of
Yeah, place.
place that's ruled. It's basically at the same time France are trying to take it back, and it's all about that and them trying to deal with that as well. And there's a lot of backstabbing within the family, and it had potential to be good. It was just quite boring, which is a shame because the acting in it was great. And I think if they'd have followed the Hitchcock thing a bit more and maybe not just focused on that specific part of her life and gone all the way up to her death, because they don't cover her death at all. The end credits don't even mention when she died. So, which I think from when the film set is like another 20 years.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you see it on streaming, maybe give it a watch, see how you get on, because it's not that long, but it wasn't great. I then watched a fantastic film for the first time, which Kenny, I think you may have seen. I don't know. Hopefully you've seen it. Watched Malcolm X,
Seen
which is very good. Well, the main thing with this film, I do think Denzel Washington was miscast in the film because he doesn't look anything like Malcolm X. But
Yeah, but
he is great in the film.
but at the time he was the hot guy, and
True. And Spike
he,
Lee as well.
Spike Lee was red hot,
Yeah.
But I was just thinking when you said that, I don't know what other actor out there that could have played him.
At the time, yeah,
I mean, because
that's
the
true.
only other big black actor, I'm not being
Wesley
was
Snipes.
Snipes or Fishburne.
Because Wesley Snipes worked with Spike Lee as well. So the year before,
Right, but yeah,
but I don't know if he could have pulled off a film like that.
but then
But
again, it's like
such a
people
good
have in
film.
their head, would you do you want Willie Mays Hayes playing Spike Lee?
Yeah.
Because people had. Snipes was fucking huge. I mean, because
Oh yeah,
he
at that
did
time. Yeah.
he, White Man Can't Jump, Money Train. He was on a roll.
Yeah.
But
But
it's like when you have. I mean, it's like it's funny. We had to.
frozen for anyone else, or is it just me? Or is it me that's frozen? Anyone know? Kenny's just completely frozen. Okay, it was Kenny because he's gone. We'll hear from Kenny again in a minute. I'm sure his internet probably conked out. Um, but yeah, I love Malcolm X. It's one of those films I don't think you would go back to that often because it is what you would class as an epic. But I love that like period of history, like the civil rights movement. And didn't know a whole lot about Malcolm X going into it, so it did really interest me. And it was just one that I ended up thoroughly enjoying actually. I then did a watch of Time After Time from the late 70s, 1979, with Malcolm McDowell, David Warner, and Mary Steenburgen. Really fun sort of late 70s film about H.G. Wells, who's sort of just invented a time machine, and turns out that he's actually friends sort of with Jack the Ripper, who Jack the Ripper is. And he steals his time machine and goes to late 70s San Francisco to try and prey on the women of San Francisco. H.G. Wells goes after him to try and stop him and bring him back, basically. Whilst he's there, he meets and falls in love with Mary Steenburgen's character. Obviously, we know they were together in real life. And yeah, fun, cute sort of 70s film. Enjoyed it, like those sorts of films. David Warner's always great as well. Yeah, one that I thoroughly enjoyed, that one. I then watched from 1975 Brannigan with John Wayne and Richard Attenborough. Basically, Dirty Harry for John Wayne in London. A lot of fun. Love John Wayne in these sorts of films, like more cop films. Just, yeah, really sort of gritty, good 70s cop film set in Britain. Did really enjoy that one. And then the last film that I've watched, which I watched last night, which again is one that I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed, was a film called Sex Drive from 2008. Now, if you know me, you know I like my sort of naughty sort of teen sex comedies, like your American Pie type films, and this hit all the buttons for me. One that I really enjoyed. Basically, it's about this guy and his two best friends, and this guy is basically desperately trying to lose his virginity. He's been talking to this girl sort of online, doesn't really know who he is properly. He's sort of been lying to her, and she basically makes a proposition to him that he'd travel to her to lose his virginity. So he enlists the help of his best friends, one of which is a girl, and another played by Clark Duke, who was in Hot Tub Time Machine. And they basically go on this road trip to help him lose his virginity, basically. And it's very funny. Lots of great characters throughout, including Seth Green as this really sarcastic sort of Amish guy that helps them along the way. It's really funny in it, I thought. And yeah, if you like those sorts of films, it's one I'd put straight to the top of your list because, yeah, like I said, really, really had a good time with it. Really funny moments. James Marsden, who plays his older brother, who's an absolute dick. He's in it and he's really funny. There's like an uncut version you can watch, which they say only watch if you're a fan of the film, but I thought it's better to watch uncut. It's so random. Basically, they say there's more boobs in the uncut version than the normal one, and there is, because there's some scenes where they literally just insert these completely naked women who just walk across the screen. It's quite funny, actually. It is a bit bizarre, but it's quite funny. And yeah, I did just really enjoy it. Thought it was a really good watch. I've just had a message from Kenny. His internet has gone down, so hopefully he'll be back on fairly soon. So yeah, whilst we wait for Kenny to come back, because that's everything I watched, I'll go back to the comments, see what we've missed. I'll just quickly reply to Kenny. Sai says the cinemas must be raking in the money over the last few weeks. The Odyssey, followed by Spider-Man. I went on Wednesday to see Spider-Man, and the place was almost sold out, and still is. Yeah, I mean, when they place the films right, they place them. I mean, look at Barbie and Oppenheimer. That was another big one as well. So yeah, I think they just placed them at the right time, really. Yeah, I think that's the main reason why it did so well, or is doing so well, shall I say. Juno says saw Janky Promoters with Ice Cube and Mike Epps, really funny comedy, and it's free on YouTube. Not heard of that one, Juno. Yeah, not familiar with that one at all. Oh, he's not here to enjoy the joke, Alan. One of the best trailers, Kenny the Dog Killer, sponsored by Pepsi. He'd like that one. He'd like that joke. Juno's favourite Penn movie is Mike O'Brien in Bad Boys. I've heard that's a good one. I'll have to try and track a copy of that down and get it watched. And Sai's favourite Penn performance is Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which is a very good choice, even though I've not seen it. So I don't know why I said that. Didn't he win on the Oscar, or he was nominated for Milk? You've seen it? I've not seen it, but yeah, he did win. He's won 3 Oscars now, I think, hasn't he? And he did win for Milk as well. Paul Thomas Anderson is highly overrated, but did enjoy Boogie Nights and One Battle After Another, but hated Magnolia. That one sucks. See, for me, my favorite films of his are Boogie Nights, Magnolia, and Licorice Pizza, because they're all sort of set up the same area in like San Fernando Valley, sort of in LA. Obviously, Boogie Nights being in the 70s and Licorice Pizza being in the 70s as well. So, well, I think it was it the 70s or the 80s. Licorice Pizza might even be the 60s. I don't know. I've not seen it for a while. Um, yeah, One Battle After Another. I find a tad overrated though, personally. Yeah, so I said he won for Milk. Serbian films Salo and August Underground Mordom are pieces of shit, and I never called those monstrosity films, but pile of cow shit. Yeah, wouldn't ever watch them. Most sickening, probably I Spit on Your Grave or Last House on the Left. 2 other films I probably would never watch. Did talk Kenny, but I thought Evil Dead Burns sucked, and it filled with the most dumbest characters to follow, and it didn't feel like Evil Dead. To me, Bruce Campbell, Ash films, and the remake are the best. Yeah, I've only seen the original films. I probably only ever watched the original films. The new ones don't do anything for me. They just take the silliness out of what the Evil Dead films should be. So yeah, to me now they're just generic zombie films or possession films, whatever you want to call the Deadites. But yeah, not for me. Juno also says, did see Obsession again and don't hate it much now. It's still weird and overhyped a bit and then Backrooms. Well, I'm glad that you don't hate it. Because it's one of my favourites of the year so far, as is Backrooms, actually. I really enjoyed Backrooms. DVDs are much better than Blu-rays and 4Ks, as the DVD menus are so cool with interactive and loads of features that are not in 4K. That's very true. Most Blu-rays now are very basic. You don't even get any trailers. At least you get trailers for films you may not know of in front of most DVDs. You don't get that with Blu-rays, and you don't get it at all with 4Ks. So, yeah. Hey Carlos. Well, Kenny's not back. Kenny's gone. But he was here last week. In fact, you were here last week. So yeah, Kenny was here last week. The best trailers are teasers trailers for me, brief and to the point without revealing too much. The T2 teaser trailer, my favorite of all time. Yeah, one of my favorite. I think it's one. Yeah, one of my favorite trailers, which I may mention later, is a teaser trailer as well, and it's a very effective teaser trailer. Juno says, oh, sorry, Juno, don't know what happened there. The worst 4K I ever bought and regret getting was Scream Factory 4K of Platoon. And what a waste of crap that really was. All the audio's out of sync and low, and picture quality looked like DVD. Yeah, sometimes the 4K transfers don't really work out well. Movie soundtrack you listen to the most? Kind of depends. I go through phases of like listening to certain soundtracks. So I wouldn't say I listen to one specific soundtrack the most. I like to listen to like a different arrangement. Usually when I've watched a film that I really like, I'll then listen to the soundtrack for a week or so afterwards, quite a lot. But I would say I've put quite a lot of different sort of soundtracks mixed in rotation. Would never put just a soundtrack on just for the sake of it. I only have like 3 CDs, and I think 2 of them are soundtracks. But I usually use Spotify now anyway. Juno's favourite soundtrack is Bloodsport. I love the score. Nice, still not seen that one. Juno says, I thought Liev Schreiber was really good as Sabretooth in Wolverine Origins. Oh, I hate that film. Can't really remember in a minute, if I'm being honest. Hey Texas, how you doing? Don't forget Endgame is being re-released with extra footage in September. I've heard that. I think the post-credit scene will probably be more footage of Doomsday, I think they'll put in. But yeah, if I can, I'll try and get out and watch that again, because I only saw it the once theatrically, but would love to be able to see it again. Now we've had subsequent films, so that's the best film. We haven't had a film like that since then. Juno also not a fan of the death of Robin Hood. Kenny loves those banana movies. Yeah. Do you think John Travolta is becoming the new Steven Seagal? Uh, yeah, I think he is choosing the wrong projects, I think you could say. And it's weird because you think that people would want John Travolta to be in their films because he was at one stage quite a bankable actor, and then he sort of just went off the map. I suppose it's been difficult for him, obviously, because Kelly Preston died and he had his kids. So I suppose it must have been quite difficult for him for quite a few years. So he probably couldn't take too much time away from his family, and must have been difficult. But it would be nice to see him sort of come back and do something better, because I wouldn't ever want to put him down with the likes of Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal's just a crap actor who's had a few good films. John Travolta's a great actor and has been in some great films. Yep, Kenny said that. $25 for Mega Force on Blu-ray. Lol, I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah. uh, bu- 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 bu. 30 plus movies without a Hulk movie. That's crazy to me. Edward Norton one really doesn't really count because, well, it's not Ruffalo and they set villains up that never got a payoff. There is a reason for that. So Universal still hold the rights to the character of the Incredible Hulk. So only they can put out a Hulk film. They were going to do a Planet Hulk film going back some years now within the MCU, but they couldn't because of the rights. Universal won't give up the rights, and now that Marvel distributes and produces its own films, whereas at the start, Paramount and obviously Universal for Hulk did that. They don't now. Obviously, they distribute, and they don't have a deal like they do with Sony for Spider-Man. So that's the reason why we've not had a Hulk film since the Incredible Hulk. It's all to do with rights issues. So when those rights sort of end and sort of Marvel can sort of take them back, we'll probably get another Hulk film then, but it probably won't be Ruffalo because I don't know when they're supposed to end. Don't know how many years they were for. And yeah, everyone's saying Marnie now. That was the one. Uh, Frozen for everyone. Am I still frozen, or have I been talking gibberish for like 10 minutes or something? And Spectre says, I would argue Denzel is better casting for Malcolm X than Will Smith and Muhammad Ali. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I would agree with you there. Yeah. Muhammad, yeah, I didn't think much of Will Smith as Muhammad Ali, although I did like the film. But yeah, I'd agree there. Jim says, what the hell, Ollie? I have an appointment and now you're solo. Yeah, something happened with Kenny's internet. His internet just died. So he froze and then he went. So I don't know what's going to happen now. I can't keep talking forever. I've been going through the comments whilst I've been waiting for Kenny to hopefully come back. But I guess if he sort of doesn't come back in the next 10 minutes, I'll have to just wrap it up. Pete was supposed to be coming on, but he was going to come on for the last hour if he could. So again, I don't know. Viewers are dropping now as well. So I'll try and keep it going for another 10 minutes, and then if no one is able to join me again, then I'll probably leave it there because it was just me and Kenny anyway. So, but if anyone else has any questions they want me to answer whilst we're trying to wait for Kenny to come back, please ask me down below. Because I don't know how long it's going to be until Kenny's internet's back up and running. Could be ages. May never happen. So he says, are you going to go and watch Super Troopers 3? You're damn right I am. I love the Broken Lizard Gang. I think I talked about Club Dread last week. I love that film. Love both Super Troopers films. So yeah, don't know when it's out over here. I think it's out in the US next week, maybe even this weekend. I don't know, but I don't think it's got a release date over here at the moment. So I'm on it as soon as it, and I just hope we get a proper theatrical release over here. I think the second one I saw at the cinema was dumped. Hardly got a release. I was lucky to see it. But yeah, I am really gonna definitely go and watch that. I've seen the clips that have come out, and yeah, I just really looking forward to it. Jim says I would join you, but I'm currently stuck in a waiting room. Oh yeah, no problems, Jim. I know you're busy this evening and you can't join, so no problem at all. Managed to get a Blu-ray copy of Midnight Mass all the way from Japan. Such a shame it's not released here. Midnight Mass, is that the series or is this a film, Giz? I know Mike Flanagan did a series on Netflix a few years ago called that. But I don't know. You're probably talking about something completely different that I'm not aware of. But yeah, all the way from Japan. Wow, bet that was expensive as well to get it from Japan. August 7th, but no times have been released yet. Oh, over here. Well, that's my weekend sorted. If it is definitely getting a release over here on August the 7th, I'll be going to see that either Friday night or Saturday morning. Usually the times come out on a Tuesday for the following week, so I'll keep my eyes peeled tomorrow, and I'm hoping that that is actually coming out on Friday over here. I thought that One Night Only, is it One Night Only, the new rom-com? I thought that was supposed to come out on Friday, but then I looked and it says August 28th. I think it's only out on Friday in America, so gotta wait for that one. And I'm not going to see that Ice Cream Man because that is definitely not for me. I know that's out on Friday as well. Giz says the series. Oh yeah, I never watched it, but I do quite like Mike Flanagan, and I heard it was a pretty solid series. So yeah, at least it's got a physical release because it is a Netflix original. So at least you could get it from somewhere on physical. Jim says I'm looking forward to Coyote versus Acme. It looks hilarious. Yeah, it does. It looks really good. Like I said, I love the Looney Tunes. I grew up watching the Looney Tunes, and I'm actually surprised that it took me this long to watch Space Jam, and I don't think I've even seen the Back in Action film. I've got it though, so I need to get onto that. So that's another one that'll be there as soon as it comes out. It looks a lot of fun. John Cena, Will Forte, they look like they're really great in the roles. I'm glad that it's actually getting a release because we may have never seen it. Obviously, because Warner Brothers are assholes and just only care about money and not quality. And if it does come out and it is a success and everybody likes it, then you can sort of rub it in Warner Brothers' face saying, you know what, you were going to shelf this film that's actually done really well and has really positive reviews. Maybe don't do that. Maybe shelf some of the shit films that you make. What the hell happened there? Don't know. But yeah, I will be seeing that again. I think that's it. This month's got quite a lot of good new releases coming. I'll miss, I think, quite a few sort of towards the back half of the month because I'm away, but hopefully I'll get a chance to catch up soon. Ollie, have you been to the Odeon Lux near you? My friend who lives in E8 went and watched the Odyssey lying on a bed. I tried to book, not that I probably would have got, because I've got to get a bus because this is right in the middle of town and I hate going into town. But I tried to book to see it this weekend just gone, but all of the IMAX showings were fully booked. Guess because it's the only IMAX screen anywhere near us. It's the first IMAX screen we've ever, like proper IMAX screen we've ever had. So I can imagine they'll be quite fully booked on weekends for quite a while now until maybe permanently, unless I booked quite far in advance. But like I say, I'm only available this coming weekend and then I'm off for the rest of August pretty much. So but yeah, I've heard that there's beds in there, which is crazy. I do it, but I don't really like watching films lying down on bed because that is when I start to fall asleep and doze off. So I prefer to sit in my chair to watch a film. It's not as comfortable as lying in bed, but I know once I start to lie in bed, it's only a matter of time before I start dozing off, unless it's a film I'm really, really into and I don't fall asleep. But yeah, I'd quite like to go and check out that Odeon because it used to be a showcase. But just want to see what the IMAX is like. I know it's going to be like 20 quid, but it'd be a good experience just to see what it's like. So maybe another film I might get to see in IMAX. No, Kenny. Don't know where Kenny's gone. Someone did actually kill Kenny. You bastard. Yeah, there's not really much more I can talk about without someone to talk to about it. So I can only hold on for so long before I have to drop off. Um, it's not Kenny's fault at all. Things like this do happen. I was planning on sort of finishing it a little bit earlier today anyway, because I've got like the last 10 minutes of a film to watch, and then I want to try and get another film watched before I go to bed. So sort of 9-ish is, if Kenny doesn't come back, a pretty good time anyway. Just sucks when internet fails on you. Can't ever rely on technology, can you? But like I said, if anyone wants to ask me anything or put any comments in for me to read before I potentially go, then please get them in, because probably gonna have to finish this in a minute, because I've not had any other messages from Kenny since his internet went down, so I don't know how long his internet's going to be out for. But yeah. Oh, I could, I suppose, tell you some of the trailers, although but no one, again, no one to talk to about them. One of my favorite trailers that I've seen is the teaser trailer for David Fincher's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I just love the quick cut intensity of that trailer, and obviously you've got the cover of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song, which is awesome and is also in the film over the opening credits. I just think it shows what that film is, with obviously without spoiling the plot of the film, because it just gives you an idea of what to expect, even though obviously if you've seen the original films you already know. I just love that teaser. I think it just sets the film up really well, and if there was no other trailer after that, I think that would be enough to get people interested to go and see the film. And it is a great film, underrated Fincher film in my opinion. And the other trailer that I really wanted to mention was Life of Pi. There was 2 trailers for Life of Pi. Both of them really good, and both of them make you want to watch the film. The first one sort of sets up the film, and it's got a nice like sort of musical element to it towards the end. And then the second trailer actually uses Coldplay's Paradise, which I think goes with the trailer really well. Shows off the visuals really well. Again, without going too much into the story, sort of, what a general idea of what the film's going to be about, but not completely. But you know it's going to be a great film. You can tell it was going to be a great film from that trailer, and Ang Lee is a great director, so kind of expect that from him. But yeah, those were sort of 2 trailers that really sort of stuck in my mind that I wanted to talk about. Alan says, "Tell Kenny to pay his bill." I know. I don't. I think it happened to him once before, but I think his internet was out for the whole day. It might be like a local thing. I'm not sure, because he's been able to message me, so I don't know. I'm not sure what's wrong with Kenny's internet. A great trailer I remember is from Dusk Till Dawn. It didn't give anything away. Sinners could have done that, but sadly they ruined the twist. And again, I think with Sinners, because of the time we're in now with social media, before that film even had a trailer, you had people on social media speculating and sort of teasing what that film was going to be, and that it was going to be vampires, and it was long rumored to be a vampire film. So I think they probably thought, well, we want people to go and see this, so we're going to push it as a vampire film and hope that more people will see it if they know it's a vampire film going into it. To me, and again, I think that is the most overrated film from last year for me. I just think that it's just a rip-off of From Dusk Till Dawn, basically. They take the same formula and just use it again with different characters in a different time period. Same setting, basically. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I haven't had the urge to pick it up on physical media yet, but maybe I will one day. Because it was all right. I'd give it another chance. Just didn't blow me away when I watched it. Spectre says, "Who has the best filmography, Steve McQueen or Paul Newman?" Well, for me, I've not seen a lot of Steve McQueen. I've probably seen Paul Newman stuff more. So I would say Paul Newman. And the Paul Newman films I have seen, I've loved, except for Butch Cassidy, which I just couldn't get into. I mean, The Sting, like Sizer brought up, is one reason alone to choose Paul Newman. But Nobody's Fault is my favorite Paul Newman film, and I just absolutely love it. It's just such a feel-good film. just adore that film. The Verdict's a really good courtroom like drama thriller from the 80s that he was in. That was really good. Obviously, his last sort of film, Road to Perdition, and here he is. He's back. He's back.
My,
I was stalling big time then. I thought, oh
uh,
geez, I don't know how I'm gonna keep stalling. I'm
yeah,
glad
I
you're
don't
back.
know. It's like it. We had, like I told you, we had the rain, like Mr. Dan said earlier.
Yeah,
We had the rain, and then it cleared up, and then I just went like this, and I felt like Samantha Stevens. Everything shut off in my house.
yeah, you were frozen. I thought it was me for a second.
Yeah, and it was like everything just like froze. I didn't blow a fuse or anything because my TV was still on.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I'm sorry.
crazy. You're back anyway.
I'm
Who's
back,
got
baby.
the best filmography? Steve McQueen or Paul Newman?
Oh, Newman.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen
Newman
more of
because
his films. Oh
yeah,
shit, he's
Newman.
gone again.
Unfortunately, we lost, but yeah, Newman. And are you
Oh, he's
kidding me?
back. Shit, I thought you'd gone then. You froze again, but I could hear you, so it was
Oh,
alright.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just reading in the comments. Nobody's Fool was is he should have won an Oscar for that role.
incredible film. Yeah,
Great film.
yeah. Spectre says, besides Sinners, are there any movies other than rob elements of another movie, but with a twist it's actually better? You could go back to The Magnificent Seven. That's technically stealing Seven Samurai,
Yeah.
or The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That
Don't talk.
takes some of Kurosawa's stuff as well. So a lot of that old stuff's actually using
Yeah,
sort of
I
stuff.
think all those spaghetti westerns are like used by some sort of like Kurosawa or something like that, you know.
Yeah,
And
I
it's a
think.
shame because that's like a blind spot with me. Like I seen Seven
Yeah, me
Samurai,
too. I've ordered
so
2 of his films in a sale.
I have Ron, but I seen it when it first came out, and you know,
Yeah.
being young and dumb, you know, it's like why the hell am I going to read subtitles when I can go to school and read? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So
I've watched Dreams. That's the only one I've seen, and that's really
uh,
good.
okay, I haven't seen that, but but I appreciate the that cinema now.
Yeah,
Mr. Dan's really turned me on to that kind of, you know, like the old samurai stuff, and you
yeah.
know, because I just
But
used to watch people get the shit beat out of them. I'll be honest with you, you know, the high karate stuff, but you know,
yeah.
it's very good
Um,
now.
biggest answer for that would be Star Wars, because that
Yeah,
borrows elements and that has a good twist.
yeah, you're right
So
about that.
there you go. So he says I bought Sam a copy of Nobody's Fool a while back. He hasn't watched it yet. I keep telling him that he won't regret. I asked him if he had that, and he said no, I don't have that film. So I think Sam was telling
Oh,
me
he's a
some
stinking loser.
bogeys.
You gotta rectify that, Sam. Come on, get with it, pal. It's the
Sam,
2026s, pal.
why has
Get
he
with it.
not seen it? Like, is it because he's waiting for the anniversary re-release in the cinemas?
So we can go see it back then.
Alan said, did my top 10 remakes on my channel recently. What's your guys? Ooh, ooh, that's a good
Yeah,
question.
I haven't watched your video yet on that,
No,
Alan.
I haven't either. But it poses good thoughts. Are there many Scarface is the first one that comes to mind. Can't work out if Kenny's frozen again. Kenny, Kenny, are you there? Hello, Kenny. Kenny. No, Kenny's dead. Um, yeah, I've not seen the original though, so I can't really comment on I've never seen the original, but The Thing 82 is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, sci-fi film ever. So definitely my favorite sci-fi horror film ever. And Alan's favorite Newman is Cool Hand Luke. George Kennedy is fantastic in it. I do love Cool Hand Luke. My favorite is No Beast Fall, but Cool Hand Luke, probably top 3. Yeah, I think his internet's probably just messing around again today. It's just unfortunate. It happens. I think we're going to call it there because I don't think poor Kenny's internet's going to hold. I think the weather is obviously playing up. So I think we will leave it there for now today. It was all right. It lasted. It lasted as long as it could. At the end of the day, we didn't get to the physical media recommendations. I'll save those for another time. Hopefully, well, I say I save them. There'll be different ones next week. For next week's show. But yeah, thank you everyone that has stuck with us whilst we've had issues today. And for helping it go on as long as it did. When Kenny came back and then went again. But yeah, we got a lot of great guests lined up for next week. I think we've probably got a full. Yes, we do. We have a full house next week. I think if everyone that is supposed to be coming on ends up coming on. Some very good guests next week. Don't know what we're going to be talking about yet. Still got to plan that out. Got a few ideas floating around though. But obviously be back at 7 o'clock as usual next week for a very special 18th episode of Monday Movie Talk. But I'd like to thank everyone for watching and sending in your comments and questions as always. It is always much appreciated. And yeah, that's it. I've not got anyone to say goodbye to or thank for joining. Kenny knows he's always great joining when Kenny's on. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.